I'm Wayne Gretzky. Welcome to Gretzky NHL 2005.
Welcome to the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim. We're about to drop the puck for a game between the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim and the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. Glad you could be with us for tonight's game. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. We're just about ready to get underway.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup. Between the pipes for Anaheim, Jean-Sébastien Giguère. And at the other end of the ice, for Anaheim, Jean-Sébastien Giguère.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
The opening face-off is seconds away. Face-off controlled by Fedorov. Anaheim breaking out. Flipped out by Sikora. Welcome to Atlanta. On tap tonight, we've got a great exhibition matchup between the Atlanta Thrashers and the Atlanta Thrashers. Let's get ready for hockey. Next to my partner, Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here.
This game pits two rivals doing battle, both from the Eastern Conference.
From the same conference or not, these two teams both have great offensive weapons. It'll be interesting to see which team's scorer can get on track first.
It's time for NHL action. Savard wins the draw. Kovalchuk on the wing. Shot! Stick save! Welcome to Boston. We've got a terrific matchup tonight between the Boston Bruins and the Boston Bruins. Here with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich saying hello.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Between the pipes for Boston, Andrew Raycroft. And his counterpart on the other side for Boston, Andrew Raycroft.
These two have meant so much to the NHL over the years. A lot of pride on the line here, partner.
Yep, and when you have a matchup like this one, these players should play on a frozen pond in the middle of Nova Scotia. Some great hockey in store here.
They've heard enough of our talk, Darren. It's time for some hockey in Boston. To Thornton. He shoots. Welcome to Buffalo. We're about to drop the puck for this exhibition game between the Buffalo Sabers and the Buffalo Sabers. Alongside Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a pleasure to work with you. Here are the men in the net. Manning the net for Buffalo, Martin Biron. And facing him in the other net for Buffalo, Martin Biron.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
The opening face-off is seconds away. Buffalo wins the draw. To Dumont. Welcome to Calgary. In store tonight, a spectacular matchup between the Calgary Flames and the hometown Calgary Flames. This is Mike Emmerich, joined by my longtime colleague, Darren Pang.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a pleasure to work with you. In the net for Calgary, Mika Kiprusoff. And at the other end of the ice for Calgary, Mika Kiprusoff.
Right, Darren, and tonight's contest features two teams from the Northwest Division.
And like all interdivisional matchups, this is going to be a physical affair. They're not going to hold anything back.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in Calgary. Langko wins the draw. Checked by Aginla. Welcome to RBC Center. On tap tonight, we've got a great matchup between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Carolina Hurricanes. Alongside Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. This game pits two rivals doing battle, both from the Eastern Conference.
And I really like the way these two teams match up, Doc. Should be a very well-played hockey game.
Stahl wins the draw. Picked off. Shot. Shut down. Cole in the corner. Shot. Off the mark. Shot. He won't. Welcome to United Center. On tap tonight, we've got a great exhibition matchup between the visiting Chicago Blackhawks and the hometown Chicago Blackhawks. Alongside Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. This game takes on added meaning because it pairs two teams within a stone's throw of one another, don't you think, Panger?
I agree with you, Doc. Both these teams want to take care of business, especially against a team from their own backyard.
Let's get on with it. There's nothing like a little hockey in Chicago. Chicago wins the draw. to Rutu. Point-blank range. Welcome to Pepsi Center. We've got a super matchup tonight between the visiting Colorado Avalanche and the hometown Colorado Avalanche. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. It's almost time for tonight's face-off. And tonight's game matches two rivals from the Western Conference.
From the same conference or not, these two teams both have great offensive weapons. It'll be interesting to see which team's scorer can get on track first.
All right, folks, this is it. Let's get things underway in Colorado. Colorado wins the draw. Forsberg moves in. And he decides. Welcome to Columbus. Tonight, a good matchup between the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm Mike Emmerich, and with me as always is Darren Pang.
Always a pleasure to be alongside a consummate pro like you, Doc. In goal for Columbus, Marc Denis. And at the other end of the ice for Columbus, Marc Denis.
And tonight's game matches two rivals from the Western Conference.
Look for a tight game here, Mike. Conference matchups always seem to bring out the best in teams.
All right, we can talk till we're blue in the face and it won't prove anything. Let's go to center ice for the opening face-off. To Nash. Suchi with the puck. Welcome to American Airlines Center. Tonight we bring you a terrific contest between the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Stars. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Starting for Dallas, Marty Turco. And at the other end of the ice, for Dallas, Marty Turco.
Every game has a star, Panger. Who's it going to be in this one?
Morrow is the wild card in this game, Doc. His team usually goes the way he goes. When he gets scoring chances, good things happen. When he doesn't, his entire team struggles.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in Dallas. The Stars control the draw. Guerin on the wing. Sends it across. Scoring chance. He scores! Dallas gets on the board first.
Turco couldn't react quick enough to that wrist shot.
He riddled the goalie. Take another look.
When a player skates that well, a goal is usually the result.
The draw at center ice.
Dallas
Arnott
goal.
wins the draw.
Scored by
Dallas breaking out.
Karen.
Turco with the welcome to Detroit. We're about to drop the puck for this exhibition game
And
between
now,
the
ladies
Detroit
and
Red
gentlemen,
Wings and the
here they
Detroit
are.
Red Wings. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Welcome.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a pleasure to work with you. In goal for Detroit, Curtis Joseph. And 200 feet away in the other net for Detroit, Curtis Joseph.
How about it, Panger? What do you think?
Interesting conversation today with the coach for Detroit. He told his team to look for the breakout if it's there, but don't take too many chances.
It's time for NHL action. Detroit wins the draw. Feeds it across. He can't get the pass. The Red Wings are offside. The Red Wings are among the top defensive teams.
Not too many teams have found a way to solve this defense.
Draw in the neutral zone. One. Welcome to Edmonton. We're about to drop the puck for a game between the visiting
now,
Edmonton
here
Oilers
they are.
and the hometown Edmonton
Your
Oilers.
Edmonton
Let's get
Oilers.
ready for some hockey. Next to my partner Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Doc, this should be a tightly contested game. In net for Edmonton, Ty Conklin. And at the other end of the ice for Edmonton, Ty Conklin.
Right, Darren, and tonight's contest features two teams from the Northwest Division.
This is what I love about our job, Doc. Two teams with a true dislike for one another squaring off on the ice. This should be a good one.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in Edmonton. Edmonton wins the draw. To York. Dvorak moves in. Shooting. Conklin got a piece of it. Smith in the corner. Cross-check. Pass to York. Welcome to Florida. We've got a terrific matchup tonight between the Florida Panthers and the hometown Florida Panthers. Here with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich saying hello.
This should be a good one, Doc.
Your Florida Panthers.
Let's meet tonight's starting netminders. Between the pipes for Florida, Roberto Luongo. And across from him for Florida, Roberto Luongo.
With two teams like this, the pride of a whole community's on the line, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
They've heard enough of our talk, Darren. It's time for some hockey in Florida. Florida wins the draw. Huselius brings it in offside. There's a good view of the Florida bench.
You know, Doc, you can't underestimate experience when it comes to coaching, and Jacques Martin has plenty of it. He's got over 400 wins and 31 playoff victories to his credit.
Face off at neutral ice. Florida wins the draw. To Huselius. Feeds it across. Pass to Bouwmeester. Welcome to Staples Center. A great game between the Los Angeles Kings and the hometown Los Angeles Kings. I'm Mike Emmerich here with my longtime color man, Darren Pang. This will be a terrific encounter between two teams from the Pacific Division.
And there's something about a game where both teams know the other's strengths and weaknesses so well. You have to earn everything in a matchup like this.
It's time for NHL action. Nordstrom in the corner. Frollo. Welcome to Xcel Energy Center. Tonight, we bring you a terrific contest between the Minnesota Wild and the hometown Minnesota Wild. We're ready to get underway here. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup. In net tonight for Minnesota, Dwayne Roloson. And at the other end of the ice for Minnesota, Dwayne Roloson.
Who's going to make his presence felt most in this one, partner?
Roloson is the guy to focus on here, Doc. The rest of the team just feeds off his confidence. So when he shuts down people early, it's usually a long night for the opponent.
Okay, and now we're ready to get underway. Minnesota wins the draw. Pass to Waltz. He was slammed. Ralston moves in. Schultz controls the puck. Ralston shooting. Denied. Pass to Waltz. Gabrick moves in. The save. Welcome to Montreal. We've got a great matchup between the Montreal Canadiens and the Montreal Canadiens. A pleasant good evening to you. The fans are in their seats and we're ready to get started. I'm Mike Emmerich with Darren Pang.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup. Manning the pipes for Montreal, Jose Theodore. And his counterpart on the other side for Montreal, Jose Theodore.
I love this matchup on paper, Darren. Two rivals from the Eastern Conference.
Neither team is going to hold back, Mike, but it's the team that can make the most of their power play opportunities that's going to come out on top here.
All right, we can talk till we're blue in the face and it won't prove anything. Let's go to center ice for the opening face-off. Quick shot. Saves it. Loose puck. Soure takes the puck. Welcome to Gaylord Entertainment Center. Tonight we bring you a terrific contest
now,
between the
here they
visiting
are.
Nashville Predators
Your
and the Nashville Predators. I'm Mike Emmerich next to Darren Pang. We're just about ready to start play.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Between the pipes for Nashville, Thomas Vokoun. And his counterpart on the other side for Nashville, Thomas Vokoun.
How about it, Panger? What do you think?
Yesterday, I spoke with the coach for Nashville. He told me they're going to play a conservative, physical game tonight, Doc.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. Dropped. Timonen feeds it across. Legwand with the puck. He was slammed. Welcome to New Jersey. In store tonight, a spectacular matchup between the New Jersey
And now,
Devils
here they
and the New
are.
Jersey Devils.
Your New
Let's get
Jersey
ready for
Devils.
some hockey. Next to my partner Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Always a pleasure to be alongside a consummate pro like you, Doc. Let's meet the starting goalies in this one. Minding the twine for New Jersey, Marty Brodeur. And across the ice for New Jersey, Marty Brodeur.
All right, partner, how do you see this one?
Well, Doc, this thing is pretty simple. Whoever can consistently create traffic in front of the opponent's goal is going to come out on top here. There's nothing a goalie hates more than impaired vision.
We're ready to start. Let's go to center ice for the opening faceoff. The Devils control the draw. Niedermeyer with the puck. Welcome to Long Island. A great exhibition game matchup between the visiting New York Islanders and the New York Islanders. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a treat to work a game in this storied venue. I'll tell you, these Islanders and their fans would love nothing more than to recapture the success of the team's glory years from 1980 to 83, when they won 4 cups in a row. That's one of the great streaks in league history.
I love this matchup on paper, Darren. 2 rivals from the Eastern Conference.
These conference rivalry games always seem to involve a lot of strategy and give and take, Mike. Look for them both to play fairly conservatively early on.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. Face-off won by New York. To Pekka. Welcome to New York. Tonight, a wonderful matchup between the New York Rangers and the New York Rangers. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Almost time for tonight's face-off.
Always a pleasure to be alongside a consummate pro like you, Doc.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
I agree with you, Doc. Both these teams want to take care of business, especially against a team from their own backyard.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway in New York. New York wins the draw. To Yager. Welcome to Ottawa. Tonight, we've got an epic battle on tap between the Ottawa Senators and the hometown Ottawa Senators. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. Sit back and enjoy what promises to be an exciting NHL matchup. I love this matchup on paper, Darren. Two rivals from the Eastern Conference.
Look for a tight game here, Mike. Conference matchups always seem to bring out the best in teams.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. The Senators win the draw. Chara delivers a blow. Hasek with the puck. Puck loose. Retrieved in the defensive end. Pass to Schaefer. Welcome to Philadelphia. In store tonight, a spectacular matchup between the visiting Philadelphia Flyers and the Philadelphia Flyers. Glad you could be with us for tonight's game. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. We're just about ready to get underway. Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
I sure do, but only one set of fans will feel comfortable wearing their team's jersey in the mall after this one.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway in Philadelphia. Roenick wins the draw. Pass to Gagne. Checks him. Amonte with the puck. To the trailer. The shot. The save. A cross-check.
If you're not paying attention, you'll pay the price.
Couple of guys a little bit testy.
These two have been at it all night, and it probably goes back farther than this.
The guys are resting in the box, so the players are back out.
We'll have to keep a close eye on those two when they return to the ice.
5-minute majors, they earned them. Those players will be substituted for.
This guy provides great leadership for his team. He can walk the walk as well as talk the talk. A real winner.
Face off. Welcome to Glendale Arena. On tap tonight, we've got a great exhibition matchup between the Phoenix Coyotes and the Phoenix Coyotes. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mike Emrick along with Darren Pang, and we're just about set to drop the puck.
Thanks, Mike. It's great to be here. Starting for Phoenix, Brian Boucher. And 200 feet away in the other net for Phoenix, Brian Boucher.
What do you think about this one, Panger?
Well, Doc, I think the team that's most physical in the early going, the one that sets the tone, is going to be the team to beat. Look for some big hits early on.
Let's get on with it. There's nothing like a little hockey in Phoenix. The Coyotes control the draw. Tanegi. Doan feeds it to the center. Welcome to Pittsburgh. On tap tonight, we've got a great matchup between the visiting Pittsburgh Penguins and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Thanks for joining us tonight. Along with Darren Pang, Mike Emmerich, we're just about set to drop the puck.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a pleasure to work with you. Let's meet the goalies. Starting for Pittsburgh, Marc-Andre Fleury. And 200 feet away in the other net for Pittsburgh, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
You can only talk about it for so long. Now we're ready to get started in Pittsburgh. Lemieux wins the draw. Pass to Malone. Shot. Denied. To Jackman. Welcome to San Jose. Tonight, a wonderful matchup between the San Jose Sharks and the San Jose Sharks. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Doc, this should be a tightly contested game. Starting for San Jose, Evgeny Nabokov. And across the ice for San Jose, Evgeny Nabokov.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Yeah, this is a fight between two bullies that live in the same neighborhood. Should be a great one, Doc.
We're just about ready for the start of tonight's game in San Jose. San Jose wins the draw. Sturm moving in. He didn't catch it clean. Marlowe brings it across the blue line into the offensive zone. Big cross. Welcome to Sabers Center. Tonight we've got an epic battle on tap between the visiting St. Louis Blues and the St. Louis Blues. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. It's almost time for tonight's face-off.
This should be a good one, Doc. Here are the men in the net. In goal for St. Louis, Patrick Lalime. And across the ice for St. Louis, Patrick Lalime.
This will be a terrific encounter between two teams from the Central Division.
And there's something about a game where both teams know the other team's strengths and weaknesses so well. You have to earn everything in a matchup like this.
No offense, Panger, but I'm sick of talking about it. It's time to drop the puck in St. Louis. Pass to Waite. Tkachuk moves in. Shot! Welcome to the St. Pete Times Forum. We've got a great matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Along with Darren Bang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Hello again, everyone.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Manning the pipes for Tampa Bay, Nikolai Habibulin. And across the ice for Tampa Bay, Nikolai Habibulin.
Yeah, Darren, and tonight's game features two rivals from the Southeast Division.
And there's something about a game where both teams know the other's strengths and weaknesses so well. You have to earn everything in a matchup like this.
We're ready to get this one underway. Here we go. Face off one by LeCavalier. Prospel with the puck. Catches him square. The shot. Blocks it out of the air. And he hangs on. That save deserves another look.
They tried to bang that one in, but oh man, what a spectacular save.
There's a look at the bench of the Lightning.
John Tortorella is a 14-year veteran of coaching the NHL and has been nominated for the Jack Adams Award for coaching in consecutive years. Hey, there's a reason his Lightning won the Cup in 2004.
Draw to the left of the net. To Richards. On goal. Pushed aside. Boyle gets control. Crunched. Richards passes back. Welcome to Air Canada Center. In store tonight, a spectacular matchup between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the hometown Toronto Maple Leafs. For Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway in Toronto. The Maple Leafs control the draw. To Roberts. That'll go wide of the cage.
Not much.
Welcome to General Motors Place. On tap tonight, we've got a great matchup between the Vancouver Canucks and the Vancouver Canucks. Emmerich, we're just about set to drop the puck.
Thanks, Mike. It's great to be here.
Vancouver Canucks.
Let's meet the men between the twine. Starting for Vancouver, Dan Cloutier. And in the opposite net for Vancouver, Dan Cloutier.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
I agree with you, Doc. Both these teams want to take care of business, especially against a team from their own backyard.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway in Vancouver. Face-off controlled by Vancouver. Naslund with the puck. Knocked away! Welcome to MCI Center. We've got a super matchup tonight between the Washington Capitals and the Washington Capitals.
Now, ladies
Along
and
with Darren
gentlemen,
Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. It's almost time for tonight's face-off.
Always a pleasure to be alongside a consummate pro like you, Doc. Let's take a look at the goalies. Starting for Washington, Olaf Kolzig. And at the other end of the ice for Washington, Olaf Kolzig.
This game takes on added meaning because it pairs two teams within a stone's throw of one another, don't you think, Panger?
Yeah, I agree, Mike. This game has a much deeper meaning when you're playing against your neighbor. This will be 3 periods of thunder and lightning.
We're ready to start. Let's go to center ice for the opening faceoff. The Capitals win the draw. Pass to Semin. Point-blank range. Welcome to the home ice of the Eastern Conference All-Stars. In store tonight, a spectacular matchup between the Western Conference All-Stars and the Eastern Conference All-Stars. A good day to you from my partner Darren Pang and myself. I'm Mike Emmerich.
In net tonight for the Western Conference All-Stars, Marty Turco. And at the other end of the ice for the Eastern Conference All-Stars, Marty Brodeur.
Who's going to be the man to watch in this one, Darren?
Brodeur is going to do the heavy lifting for his team in this game, Doc. He's the emotional leader on the ice, and his teammates just feed off of him.
The opening face-off is seconds away. To Thornton. Backhands it. Saves it. St. Louis with the puck. Kovalchuk moves in. Cut off by Naslund. Bertuzzi brings it across the blue line into the offensive zone. Blocked. Niedermeyer with the puck. Loses the puck. Hammered into the boards by St. Louis. Welcome to the home ice of Team Canada. On tap tonight, we've got a great matchup between Team Canada and Team Canada. I'm Mike Emmerich, and to my right is the always colorful Darren Pang.
Doc, this should be a tightly contested game. Let's meet the men between the twine. Starting for Team Canada, Marty Brodeur. And across from him for Team Canada, Marty Brodeur.
Who should we watch in this one, Darren?
Sakic is a scoring phenom, Doc, so he's got to be the focal point of this one, but he's not just a one-dimensional player. He has great vision and can always spot the open teammate.
Okay then, let's go to center ice for the face-off. Draw one by Canada. Pass to Sakic. Intercepted by Lemieux. Loose in the corner. Sakic controls it. Huge check. Loose puck. Welcome to the home ice of Team Slovakia. A great game between Team Russia and Russia. A pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be. I'm Mike Emmerich alongside Darren Pang.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup.
With two teams like this, the pride of a whole community's on the line, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. Kozlov wins the draw. Cross-checked. Big blast. Shut down. Gathered in by Samsonov. Kozlov moves in. Solid cross-check. To the point. Pass to Kasparaitis. Picked off. Shot. Snag by Brizgalov. And he holds on to it. He was on his head on that save. Take another look.
Kozlov thought he had a goal, but he's shut down.
There's the coach urging his guys on.
The coach is in their ears about something, Doc.
Draw to the left of the net. Welcome to the home ice of Team USA. Tonight we bring you a terrific contest between Team USA and Team USA.
here they
I'm
are.
Mike Emmerich, and with me
Team
is Darren
USA.
Pang.
Thanks, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Let's tell you who's between the pipes. In the net for Team USA, Rick DiPietro. And at the other end of the ice for Team USA, Rick DiPietro.
A matchup of teams that play so close to one another is always exciting, especially for the faithful, don't you think, Panger?
Yeah, this is a fight between two bullies that live in the same neighborhood. Should be a great one, Doc.
It's time for NHL action. Halpern wins the draw. Didn't get through. To the trailer. Just out of reach. Loose puck behind his own net. Welcome to the home ice of Team Sweden. Tonight, we've got an epic battle on tap
now,
between
ladies and
Team
gentlemen,
Sweden
here they are.
and Team Sweden.
Team Sweden.
A good day to you from my partner Darren Pang and myself. I'm Mike Emmerich.
Thanks, Mike. It's a great night for hockey. These two teams should give us a real treat. In the net for Team Sweden, Michael Tellqvist. And his counterpart on the other side for Team Sweden, Mikael Tellqvist.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get underway in Sweden. To Sundin. Shooting. Snatched out of the... Welcome to the home ice of Team Finland. Tonight we bring you a terrific contest between Team Finland and Finland.
they are.
This is Mike Emmerich, joined
Team
by my
Finland.
longtime colleague Darren Pang.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup. Let's take a look at the goalies. In the net for Team Finland, Mika Kiprusoff. And across the ice for Team Finland, Mika Kiprusoff.
Darren, dazzle us with your insight.
Before the game, I spoke with the coach for Finland. He told me they're going to forecheck hard and keep the pressure in the offensive zone in this game. We'll see if they can do it.
Enough of the talk. It's time to drop the puck in Finland. His drive. The pad save. Welcome to the home ice of Team Czech Republic. A great exhibition game matchup between Team Czech Republic and the Czech Republic. Alongside Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich.
Here they are.
Thanks, Doc. It's always a pleasure to work with you.
Republic.
Let's take a look at the netminders. In the net for Team Czech, Thomas Vokoun. And in the opposite net for Team Czech, Thomas Vokoun.
Who's the guy to watch in this game, Panger?
Yager is one of the best scorers in the game, so he's the man to look out for in this one. When he's on the ice, you have to know where he is at all times, Doc.
The opening face-off is seconds away. Pass to Straka. Front of the goal. That'll go wide of the cage. And he hangs on. Face-off to the right of the net. To Havlet. Welcome to the home ice of Team Germany. We've got a great matchup between Team Germany and Team Germany. Along with Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emmerich. Hello again, everyone.
Doc, this should be an exciting contest and a fabulous goalie matchup.
Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Yeah, this is a fight between two bullies that live in the same neighborhood. Should be a great one, Doc.
All right, then. We're all set to drop the puck in Germany. Gotch wins the draw. Cross-check. Back with it. He got it in, but an offside call.
They tried to get out early, but they got there a little too early.
There's a look at the German bench.
You can see that coaches never stop coaching.
Face-off in the neutral zone. Face-off controlled by Germany. Pesh with the puck. Kolzig saves it. Nailed by a cross-check. To Gotch. Welcome to Detroit. Tonight, a good matchup between San Francisco and San Francisco. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. Sit back and enjoy what promises to be an exciting NHL matchup. This game takes on added meaning because it pairs two teams within a stone's throw of one another, don't you think, Panger?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. San Francisco wins the draw. That play was offside.
They were a little early there, and the linesman was all over it.
And there's a look at the man who makes these guys click.
Some coaches may not show it much, but they're really intense out there, and you can't really blame them.
The draw in the neutral zone. San Francisco wins the draw. To number 41. Number 5 with a puck. Welcome to Office Depot Center. We've got a great exhibition season matchup tonight between San Francisco and San Francisco. Glad you could be with us for tonight's game. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. We're just about ready to get underway. Don't you think when teams that play so near one another take the ice, there's something more on the line, Darren?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
Okay, and now we're ready to get underway. One back by San Francisco. Number 11 dumps it on in. Number 19 behind the net. Welcome to the home ice of the Eastern Conference All-Stars. Tonight, a wonderful matchup between San Diego and San Diego. With Darren Pang, I'm Mike Emrick. Welcome.
Doc, this should be a tightly contested game.
With two teams like this, the pride of a whole community's on the line, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. And you can toss out all the records and past stats when these two foes lace it up.
It's now time to go to center ice for the drop of the puck. San Diego wins the draw. Number 28 got it in, but an offside call. Things are getting a little testy. Draw in the neutral zone. San Diego wins the draw. To number 23. Point-blank range. Number 13 feeds it to the center. He won't allow it. Back to the trailer.